Are you guys all excited for a new hero combo guide? So today I'll be showing you a different combo compared to our previous videos. The end board is going to be still similar, but the way that we start things is going to be totally different. And in the end, you will actually be surprised how we end up our fusion monsters to the table. So in order to start, we actually need elemental hero Stratos as a starter, okay? If you have Miracle Ejector and this is your only searcher and starter, that's not going to work, guys, okay? We specifically need Stratos and you will see why. Now, as usual, we are just going to ignore our opponent, that they don't have any hand traps or something like that, and just ignore the cards in your hand, except this card, because we need to start with elemental hero Stratos, okay? Now, we are going to normal summon Stratos. We are going to use its search effect, but I'm not going to use its search effect because let's assume that we already search Miracle Ejector with it, okay? After we search Miracle Ejector with the effect of Stratos, we are going to special summon as usual, and we are going to search Ian Shuffle from our deck. And now we are going to play Ian Shuffle and send Miracle Ejector back to our deck. Now, at this moment, normally what we were doing was we were special summoning Stratos, make another search, and then we were XC summoning two Stratoses in order to special summon Dugares. We are not gonna do that right now. Today it's time to talk about these two cards, Blazeman and Spirit of Neos. So both of these cards can actually let you search polymerization from your deck to your hand, but the big difference between these two cards is Spirit of Neos can also bring elemental hero Neos to your field with its second effect, okay? And that's why we are not going to use Blazeman for this combo line, we are going to use Spirit of Neos instead. There's one more thing that I like to mention. Blazeman has an additional effect, a different effect compared to its search effect. We can mill a card to the graveyard, but Blazeman's effect is hard once per turn. So if you make the search effect, you cannot use the other effect, okay? It's just an extra information for you. It's a level 4 monster, so you can normal summon it, unlike Spirit of Neos because it's level 7. But again, with this combo line, because we used Ian Shuffle, we don't need to normal summon it. We just need to special summon it with its effect. And that's why we are going to special summon Spirit of Neos. Now we are going to use its effect to search polymerization. And we are going to use its second effect in order to special summon elemental hero Neos. So I think this combo line is straightforward and easier for the beginner players because what you need to do is pretty obvious, okay? Like in the previous videos, you needed to think about like, what should I search from my deck? What do I need to bring, etc. But here, everything is obvious. You control two elemental hero monsters with different attributes, and we have polymerization. So obviously, we are going to fusion summon Wingman. Why? Because we control Neos. We are gonna summon this card. We are gonna first of all search our trap from our deck. But most importantly, because we used elemental hero Neos, because that's a normal monster, we can use Flaming Man's additional second effect, which is going to be special summoning Sunrise from our deck. And due to that, we are going to search Miracle Fusion. Now we can play Miracle Fusion in order to fusion summon Thunder Giant. The summoning conditions are still same. We need two elemental hero monsters with different attributes. Now, this part is really crucial. If you remember, we need to banish Flaming Man and Neos. Do not touch Stratos, okay? We need Stratos in our graveyard. Why? Because we are gonna use Thunder Giant's second ability. Because we used elemental hero Neos, because that's a normal monster, we can actually tribute Thunder Giant in order to special summon Stratos back to the field. And because Stratos' search effect is not hard once per turn, we can make another search from our deck. And at this point, we would like to search Duskcrow because we need our Mask Heroes for fusion summoning Contrast Hero Chaos and Mask Hero Dark Lord. So right now, we are still not restricted to anything. We can summon heroes, non-heroes, it doesn't matter. We would like to prefer summoning Wonder Driver because we need to refresh our cards like Polymerization, Miracle Fusion, etc. And we would like to special summon Mask Hero Darkcrow. Here, you need to banish Sunrise, guys, okay? Again, do not touch Stratos, do not touch Thunder Giant. We are gonna summon Stratos back later, which you will see why. And we would like to return this card back to our extra deck because it's a really strong card. And how are we going to do it? We are going to do it with Ian Shuffle later. So just banish Sunrise, okay? You need to summon right under Wonder Driver because that's where the arrow points to. Now, normally you need to set polymerization, but for this combo line specifically, we have to set Miracle Fusion. Okay, that's another difference compared to the previous videos, and you will see why. And also, we need to search a mask hero from our deck. Now, we have two options, but what we would like to choose is Fountain here, not Furnace. Because if we search Furnace, and if we activate its effect to search Mask Change, that means we won't be able to summon Anaconda from our deck. Okay, because this time we are going to restrict ourselves into hero cards. That's the main reason. So that's why we are going to search Fountain instead. And you know, Fountain has also an effect to search Mask Change. Now, if this card would be Polymerization, using these two materials as fusion summon for Contrast Hero Chaos, okay, it would be right here, for example. And then Fountain's effect would trigger and we would set Mask Change. But this board is still weak. Like, how are we going to summon Anaconda, for example? We need at least two effect monsters. Okay, we have this one, but we don't have a second one. So that's why I came up with an alternative solution. We are gonna special summon Fountain from our hand. Okay. Now, we are going to exit summon into number 60 Dugares. Yes, we are still not locked into the anything, so that's why we can summon number 60. Now, we are going to use its effect to get rid of these cards and bring it back Stratos. Now, this ability is really crucial for this combo, because if we don't use it, we won't be able to finish our endboard. And that's why Dugares is one of the important cards in this deck. Okay, the second ability is really crucial. Now, if you remember, Stratos doesn't have hard once per turn search, so that's why we can make another search, and that's the reason that we didn't banish this card from our graveyard. We are gonna chain block with Fountain in case our opponent tries to negate Stratos' ability. We would like to search Furnace. Now, you might be wondering, wait a second, we won't be able to use Furnace effect because we have already summoned number 60 and use effect. Now, the tricky part is this. Only the first part of Furnace is preventing us to activating it, not second part. So you will see what I'm talking about right now. We are going to activate Miracle Fusion. We need at least two Mask Hero Masters, okay? We need to have this card in our hand, and we need to banish these cards in order to summon Chaos. Because we needed to exit summon Dugares first. So that's why we needed those cards on the field first, but because we get rid of it, we needed an alternative way to fusion summon Contrast Hero Chaos. And Miracle Fusion is the card that lets you do that. Now, because we summoned Contrast Hero Chaos, because that's a non-fire fusion master, we can actually resolve the second effect of Furnace, which is not restricted to anything. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bodies. What we are going to do is link summon Infernal Devicer. We can use any hero monsters except Contrast Hero Chaos. Let's just summon it right here. And now, because we still haven't locked into the hero monsters yet, we can still summon non-hero cards such as Anaconda. We're gonna get rid of these two cards. The summoning condition is at least 2 effect monsters. And we can actually activate its ability to summon DPE to our field. We are gonna set favorite contact, we are gonna resolve E and shuffle, and we are going to return Thunder Giant and Aqua Dolphin back to our decks to draw a card which can be helpful, like Forbidden Droplet, for example. So that's pretty much our end board. As you can see, we still control Contrast Hero Chaos, we still have DPE, and we have Mask Change set, which we are going to use it on Infernal Devicer because that's a dark monster, and we still want to keep these guys in the field. This will help us to summon Master Duel. Now, do you see what we have just done so far? We have Contrast Hero Chaos, we have DPE and Dark Claw, and we also have Favorite Contact. If you remember from the previous video, when we used Fusion Destiny, we would only have 3 of these monsters. But now, because we are not locked into the Dark attribute, we could be able to, search Favorite Contact. So that's pretty much the end board. If you like, you can get rid of Verte Anaconda with using DPE, destroy both of these cards, pass your turn, and then special summon back to DPE to your field. Now, I understand that many people don't like to use Spirit of Neos because 1, it can break, and 2, I think this card is only necessary for summoning Cosmo Neos, which I haven't taught you yet, and 3, we can still do our combos with number 60 Dugares with double Stratos, okay? We don't need Blazeman, we don't need Spirit of Neos. That's why. Some people would like to run Blazeman in their deck for having an additional search with polymerization. So what I'm trying to tell you is, when you use number 60 for example, you cannot activate the search effect of Furnace. So the only solution for you to search polymerization is Vion. So sometimes they need a secondary path for accessing polymerization with Blazeman for example. But again, I do not prefer running either Blazeman or Spirit of Neos in my deck for the consistency reasons, and I actually don't need them. Like when I don't need them, that means they are literally breaking my deck, okay? Do not run 2 of them at the same time. You just need only 1 of them and decide which one would you like to run. At the beginning of the video, if you remember, I told you that we need to start with Stratos, because after that we need to use Miracle Ejector's effect to bring it either this one or this one. If you have only Miracle Ejector in your hand as a starter, that means you won't be able to summon this card. Like even if you summon, how are you going to continue with your combos? That will force you to summon Stratos instead. You will make a search, but searching this card to your hand won't help. You can still search Blazeman for example and normal summon and search polymerization, but even if you fuse these 2 cards, your Flame Wingman's and Thunder Giant's second effects won't resolve because you haven't used Elemental Hero Neos as material. So that's why you can use Spirit of Neos, you can use Blazeman, that's totally up to you, and this is the end board that you are going to reach. It's still a strong end board compared to our previous videos. The only fusion master that is missing is Sunrise, because as you remember, at the beginning we used this card for link summoning, so that's why we do not control it. So I hope that you enjoy this combo line. It was interesting even for me, and Dugares is still, I think, way to go for our combos. Like even in this combo line, we had to use number 60 Dugares. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to summon all 3 of these fusion masters on the field at the same time. If you like cards like Blazeman or Spirit of Neos, you can use those cards in your deck. That's totally up to you. And honestly, I actually love Spirit of Neos. I mean, this card's abilities are really awesome. Like, there was one time that in one of my duels I was playing against a Tenpai player and he didn't read this card and he didn't know that this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So he just attacked and tried to, you know, destroy Spirit of Neos, but he couldn't. So it was funny. And I hope that Spirit of Neos could function with Flame Wingman and Thunder Giant secondary abilities, but unfortunately we need to use Elemental Hero Neos because this is a normal monster. And Spirit of Neos is not treated as a normal monster, that's why. So I hope that the game developers will find a way to get rid of Elemental Hero Neos so that we can have an effect monster instead that can function with these monsters, because you know this deck is already breaky and Neos is one of them. It's not always breaking if you have your starters or polymerization, but when you don't, this card breaks really hard, just like Aqua, Dolphin and Increase. So that's pretty much for today. I hope that you had fun. I hope that you are learning our combos and improving your skills each and each day. There are a lot of things to discuss. There are a lot of different paths to show you, because these combos like literally changing depending on your opponent and depending on what you have in your hand. Okay, so that's why try not to memorize them. I think today's combo line was pretty straightforward at the beginning, but it got complicated at the end because we had to make some crucial changes compared to the previous videos. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the upcoming videos.